agenda today is for UFLI review. We had already had one UFLI PD. We're now going to get into the nitty gritty, and I am so grateful and thankful for Ms. Turner and Ms. Schramm is going to come here, and they are great at it. And I'm going to say this: I make mistakes every day, like every day. And when I'm teaching this, I'm like, boy, that didn't sound right. Let me go back. That's okay. That's part of the learning process, right? So if I do make some mistakes, it is what it is. I'm gonna learn to be better, and this is why I'm leaning on my beautiful friends here. So thank you for that. And then we'll have some questions, and we're gonna practice lesson 45. So if you wanna get yourself to lesson 45 on the UFLI workbook, it should be the sh sound, and that's where we're gonna be at on today. So here are my slides. Okay. Okay, well. Back to where we are. So again, just to remind you about the brain and where things are. When we're with the frontal lobe, we have speech and reasoning. That's where our speaking comes from. The Broca's area is our language output. This peritiotemporal area is where we are decoding. So that that's what's happening over here. And then the occipital temporal area is where we're actually having those sight words, and now we're moving a little bit faster when we're reading. But we go slow, as Ms. Turner said earlier so well, and then we go faster. And then the occipital lobe is where we have that letter identification. And I'm telling you, there are students in 5th grade that are still learning the letter sounds. So. All right, so I wanted to show you this because visuals are very powerful. This is translanguaging. And if you're multilingual, you know what we're talking about. This is more like monolingualism. I mean, you're down the road and you're not making too many beers, but we're doing, and then what am I doing here? And what's that word? You know, like all that stuff is happening. So when a student looks like they have a blank face or they're not sure, think about this. And yeah, we need time sometimes. What was it?
When they're tired, just because they've done all of that.
Thank you. There's so much front loading, yes. And again, here's Scarborough's reading rope. This is where we're parking at with UFLI, with decoding, phonological awareness, sight recognition, but that's not it. That's not everything. This is just the beginning. This is the next part of language comprehension. All these pieces come together to increase that automaticity, to have skilled reading, to understand what we're reading with reading comprehension. And I'll share these slides if you wish. I just wanted to show you another language-based skills. I was listening to Cal. They were talking about oral language, semantic language, syntactic knowledge, comprehension, meaning making, and discourse. I'm not gonna stay here, just wanna show you. These are some other visuals, I love visuals. Language bases of reading comprehension. You got your grammar, your vocabulary, fluency, decoding, sight word reading, listening comprehension, all that's part of reading comprehension. So UFLI, this is what UFLI does. It provides in one lesson, you have phonemic awareness, a visual drill, an auditory drill, blending, a new concept, word work, irregular words, and then your connected text. The beginning is a warm-up, and as you keep reading or teaching more lessons, you're going to be able to continue that spiraling, especially for the ones who are, they're struggling with decoding some of the explicit lessons and concepts that you taught, and then we're moving on to other pieces. So the specific skills taught in this program, again, that phoneme blending, the accuracy, decoding, explicit introduction of that new concept because they may not have heard it before and you're the very first person who's teaching it to them. Decoding and encoding, reading and spelling with connected text after you do the regular words. So decoding times linguistic comprehension equals reading comprehension. If I put 0 times 1, what am I going to equal to? 0. So if I can't, I'm still learning to decode. I may have some linguistic comprehension. If you ask me questions, I can answer questions, but am I going to understand what I'm reading? No. What if I have 1 times 0? Still 0, right? So I can decode, I can read at, and, to the car. But if I don't really understand what I'm reading, I'm just sounding it out and decoding, will I have reading comprehension? No, so you have to have all the pieces. I just want to bring that to you. So here's the scope and sequence. It's in your book. I just want to make you aware. If you're like, my students don't need this, that's okay. You can figure out where they are and what they need. I did ask you to start with lesson 1 if you did earlier. This is kindergarten looks like 1 through right here is basically kindergarten, and then this side is first grade. So you have core lesson plan features in your book. You can look and dive into that, so that can help you go a little further if you're still confused after today. And it gives you step by step what to do. You can also read the getting ready lessons. We won't spend time in that, but if you're still like, I want to do a little more reading before I get started, that's fine, I understand. Here's your graphing, phoning, correspondences that you're like, how do I make this sound? What sound is it? So when it has these, what are those brackets?
Lines.
Thank you. See, I need my friend. That's the sound. This is the sounds that it makes, and then those are the lessons that you can find it, and it even tells you what to say, what your lips look like, what you're supposed to do, and that type of thing. So there's your phoning, there's your graphing, these are the lessons. So you're like, okay, we did this, but they need to secure it a little bit better. This is where I can find my resources. This is a timestamp. As you get faster and better, you'll be closer to this. I love that Ms. Turner reminded us that it really can be broken up into 2 days. And it might be better to break it up in 2 days, especially with the students who are just, English is their second language. And so they need a little bit more time with some more of the sounds and being explicit in those drills. And then here's a warm up and review. I want to show you some videos, but before I do that, I don't know, I should have pulled it up. I think I'm gonna stop here. Ms. Turner is I'm gonna be her student. I'm gonna be ready. Okay. So we're gonna model. I'm the student and she's the teacher.
We're gonna blend some sounds.
Okay.
Can y'all hear me? I'm sorry. We're gonna blend sounds.
Is it?
My teeth are going right here on my lip.
Okay.
There you go. Put it together.
Fact.
Fact. It's gonna be difficult.
Does that not happen?
It does happen.
All the time. So let's be real.
She didn't tell me she was gonna be a difficult student. That's the thing.
I'm difficult.
She
You
didn't
should
say,
know that
"Hey,
by
do
now.
this with me." She didn't say I'm gonna be difficult. All right.
Fit.
So sometimes what I do with my kids too, especially with my whole
I heard
whole group.
fit.
Whole group.
Okay.
Now, this is when we're doing blending. This is not
Later.
phonemic awareness. This is later when you're blending the actual letters. Phonemic awareness, we know, is going to be sounds only, but I just kind of want to bring this up. Sometimes I'll do the scoop. Fish. Fish.
Okay. Fish. I thought
Yeah.
it was fit.
Okay. So sometimes I'll do that, but not necessarily here, but sometimes when I'm blending, I just want to show you that. Because a lot of times I'll do this and they just fit it and they can't do it. So we're scooping, it kind of helps a lot. Scooping. Okay, fish. All right. Ra.
Shrush. Rush.
Good job.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay.
Eh. Eh.
Okay.
Ship.
Okay.
Ship.
Okay.
Okay, my difficult student not want to say different words. I have to be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Okay, all right. So that's what blending looks like. Okay, all right. And then we're gonna segment, and a lot of times I will tell them cutting, and I do it a little bit different for blending. Blending, we do this and blend, but cutting, they like the actual cut. So we're actually cutting it, chopping it. Yeah, okay. All right, so we're gonna first say the word,
Okay.
and then we're gonna cut it, and we're gonna say the word again, okay? So our word is shin.
Shin.
Shin,
Shin.
okay? It,
Not eh?
not it,
Oh, okay.
it.
In.
In, shin,
Okay.
okay? Shock,
Shock.